I'm not sure if non practicing creative people can understand that creativity can be painful. Creativity, in my experience, is absolutely painful. It's a beautiful struggle to have it properly make sense. Imagine yourself reading a book. How long could you see yourself comfortably reading before it begins to hurt your brain? If reading comes to you, imagine walking, running, anything at all. Creativity, to me, feels like reading past the moments you'd give up on, walking an extra mile, or running as hard as you can. Art requires a focus and fixation that requires me to hyper focus, and repetition. Hyper focus and repetition in many unknown directions over the course of my life. Sometimes life gets in the way. Responsibilities emerge. Bodily functions happen. Or even just heartache. So I am someone who has to let go of the notion that life will ever be mentally comfortable because I choose to live completely creatively. I drink my water for health and hydration, dress affordably well, and practice my craft. It's a lonely practice, but I love the entirety of the experience. I love the chaos of my creative life. I'm not sure if there is a fear of the predictable and reliable to me. I'm not sure of anything. In my creative journey, other than me being mentally a glutton for putting myself in mentally difficult situations of my own making to be overcome, I craft presents of expectations I put on myself and surrender completely to the unknown to see what I'm capable of enduring. To me, the fight within myself is the glory. I don't want a boss. I don't want help or coaching. I want to see the most difficult path and commit to that journey. I want to maximize on the mental breaking of myself so I can truly think differently. I want to go down a beautiful, difficult path that for sure I will complete as a different person. Let me give some examples of how I hurt myself. I'm not a logical person. I honestly get annoyed with The idea of logically processing anything before I do it, I'm not good at it. I'm very slow and unreliable at processing results. So I throw logic away. I throw it out the window. My feeling is that if I can make good enough artwork, I can defy logic. Logic is the enemy of my creativity because logic ended the aspirations of many of the creative people I ever met. The first logic experience experiment is, what are the odds that the creative person will ever succeed in the arts? Succeeding in the arts is nearly impossible for everyone, even the incredibly talented souls on this world. To succeed creatively, one has to make a living off their creative endeavors. Making money doing something everyone would do is just difficult. It's as difficult as turning a blank page into something beyond blank page. That's a magic trick. That is even hard for me, even though I've done it a lot. I hope to do it more year after year. The blank page is hypnotizing. A blank page is hypnotizing because the infinite possibilities of one's creations are never ending. The mental construction of the ideas one could produce are magnified with the blankness. If one bought an infinite amount of blank pieces of empty pages and an infinite amount of mark making devices, the experiment to create something profound would only intensify. The blank page is an illusion of your glory. The blank page is the first gate of the internal journey of discovery of what an artist is making. Marking that blank page of paper is step one of the mental journey inward. Every journey starts with a first step. The first mark doesn't even matter. Nothing in the process even matters. The only thing that matters is what illusion can be creative inside of the mental creative journey you enter. This is a complete lonely journey within. The deeper you wander inside of yourself, the more of you you have to give to the page. The first gate of the journey to me can be a relief to finally be in a moment to create, in a space to be creative. It's a fleeting moment because as soon as the first mark happens, the second gate makes itself aware. This second gate is doubt. Doubt in oneself, doubt in the idea that this time is it, that even that you even need the process of any of this when logically speaking, how creative can you actually ever be? Thought on man and machine beyond you arise limitations, physical, perceived, mental, and you name it pops up. Responsibilities and obligations appear mentally inside yourself on this journey within yourself. Family members' doubts emerge. Pressing matters spontaneously appear the deeper you go internally. An audience of every way you not being special appear in your imagination. And the fear of wasting time kicks in. Beyond this second gate is the third gate. The third gate is similar to the first two gates, but much more clear. The third internal gate is the awareness of every great artwork produced in this world by every master to have walked this earth. What are the chances, logically speaking, that you can go deeper beyond the great masterworks of humanity? Logically speaking, you don't have a chance to be great. Compared to them, you cannot even come close to their greatness. And if you were clever, you would stop now. How many dreams have you given up on? How many times were you actually the best? Fully resonate within yourself. The internal mental pain of the first two gates is painful, but the third gate really hurts. All three gates can be met within the first 30 minutes of a drawing practice. These three gates are mental barriers. The creative person must go beyond internally to produce artwork beyond the constraints of the blank page. What I try myself to do is walk to the mental gates in my head and reason with the objects of my mental creation. I want them to open me into a garden of creativity, a wonderland of magic and impossibility. I want to go to these mental gates inside of myself and have them welcome me inside. The only way I found it possible to go beyond the first three gates is suffering. Suffering and living with the truths and wisdom of all the gates, regardless of the mental gates. I will emotionally stay within their presence. No matter how strong they may be inside of myself, the gates are temporary in the journey within. They exist to eventually disappear. The more profound the artwork is, the deeper one can go within. I personally prefer going into myself than existing in this realm of logic and reason. In my experience, when someone takes logic with them on an internal journey of their mind, they can unplug themselves from the mental matrix of their thoughts. When exploring deep thoughts, surface thoughts must disappear. Logic must go away. When the gates disappear, I fully find myself internally flying in this world, navigating flight within the tools that I have collected. You can't go deep inside of yourself if you are afraid of finding who you are. The truth will exist. Your body and transmit to the blank page. This is you, the artist, having a conversation with your soul. Something logic and reason have yet to fully grasp. The artist's soul is unique and different than every human walking this earth. I have a mental exercise for you if you're brave. Let the fires of self doubt burn every ember of your notion of self. Mentally set yourself in a box inside of yourself and pour lava on top of the mental image of the crown of your head. Let it consume your scalp, eyes, ears. Imagine the lava consuming the bones as it goes down your neck and into your chest. Pass it beyond the heart, pass it through the stomach and limbs. You yourself are nothing. No embers of you exist inside of this box. No ways of communication. You are blank. Now, this is the most important, life-changing and mind-altering feat. When you are now nothing inside of yourself, who do you see yourself as? Only a pure self can be left. No matter how small that particle may be, a part of you exists in the mental box of your making. Within that box, you are only a vessel with one truth remaining. The artist's job is to eliminate all of themselves and only experience their truth, their truest self, the smallest part of themselves that could survive a fire, a dousing of lava, complete entrapment, an extreme acceptance of self, even if only one particle remains. That single particle, which is you, can go beyond the box. When the lava hardens the entirety of the box, you realize you are the alchemist. You are the purification of self into a microscopic particle of self. A version of yourself so small that you can defy reason, thought, emotion. This essence can be multiplied, minimized, and transmuted into anything. A moment where you realize that all you have left is love. A feeling of understanding that in a word, in a blank page, you can transmit a particle of your soul into another human being. At this time, beyond all of the self-doubt, you understand something only the artist can ever know. You matter. Your work matters. Even when mentally destroyed, you're still here. You mentally cannot destroy yourself if love exists. Love cannot be created nor destroyed. Your only particle of transmission is migrating the essence of being into the page. The page is an illusion, only a tool to temporarily capture a moment for others to one day feel something profound. So, who are you? Who are you is the scariest question you can ever contextualize. For me, my art looks friendly and playful, but I spiritually must go beyond my mental barriers and intensify the internal barometer to hopefully venture deep in myself, even enough to make me, even enough to meet my subconscious. Only the subconscious is what I want to meet inside myself. I want to go so deep inside myself that thought and matter mix. I want that blend to produce artwork. And then I want that artwork to exist with a little piece of soul the viewer can take with them to inspire a journey. In 13 days, I will have been tattooing for 10 years. I'm 33 years old, and I know I have yet to scratch the surface of finding and sharing self. The creative act is my pleasure, my pain, my existence, and time. I want to know who I am. The blank page is the mirror I internally process to transcend my logical reality. I'm an artist,